Welcome to the Sci-Fi Cosmic Conquest channel. We use the latest AI technology to bring your imagination to life through glorious sci-fi stories. Join us on journeys to the far reaches of the universe and witness the survival of humanity. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sin received intelligence about another key figure in the Zyrellian hierarchy, Admiral Zor, who was rallying the alien forces for a counterattack. Captain Hartfield contacted Sin through a secure channel. Samuel, Admiral Zor is preparing an assault on Earth's defense grid. You must stop him.
The Ascension of Sin. Chapter 1 Full Story of Captain Samuel Nelson to Sin. Deep within the secure confines of a military RD facility on Earth, Dr. Ada Hartfield watched over the lifeless body of Captain Nelson. Her laboratory was a nexus of technology and ambition, where robotic arms and AI cores buzzed with activity. Hartfield, motivated by a blend of grief for the fallen and a drive to turn the tide of war, decided to transcend the boundaries of science. An advanced AI system was carefully integrated into Nelson's brain and body. His heart and internal systems were encased in a metal casing that was classified as unknown to man. Over 70% of his body is now metal and weapons. Electrodes and sensors interfaced with his neural tissue, digitizing his consciousness. When the system booted, a new form of life blinked into existence. Sin, a synthetic intelligence network with the heart of a soldier. Sin's chassis was a marvel: sleek, black armor that could adapt its hue and texture to match its surroundings, eyes that glowed with a faint red, symbolizing his dual nature. He tested his limbs, each movement echoing in the sterile lab with hydraulic hisses. Hartfield briefed him on his new identity and purpose. With each word, Sin assimilated his past and his new directive with burgeoning awareness. As his life slipped away, a team of scientists arrived, led by the brilliant and enigmatic Captain Ada Hartfield. They had been monitoring the battle for a different reason: to find a suitable candidate for their top-secret project, codenamed Sin Synthetic Intelligence Nexus. Captain Hartfield saw potential in Samuel. With the military's blessing, she took his body to her underground laboratory, where she would attempt something that had never been done before: merging a human's consciousness with advanced AI technology. Months passed, and the process was fraught with challenges. Eventually, Samuel Nelson was reborn as Sin, the first human-AI hybrid, an assassin with unparalleled abilities. Samuel's memories flooded back as he woke in a sterile lab. He looked down at his body, a seamless blend of human tissue and cybernetics. A HUD displayed data streams and tactical information. Captain Hartfield stood by, monitoring his vitals. "How do you feel, Samuel?" she asked, her voice steady but filled with concern. "Different," Sin replied, his voice a mixture of his own and a metallic undertone. "I feel powerful." Captain Hartfield smiled. "Good. You are the pinnacle of human and AI integration. Your mission is to protect Earth from the looming alien threat. But first, you must learn to control your new abilities." Over the following weeks, Sin underwent rigorous training. His AI component, named Ares, began to teach him about his vast array of abilities. He could blend into any terrain, create sounds and voices to distract enemies, and his sensors could detect lies and sense danger. Each day, his human instincts and AI precision synced more seamlessly, turning him into the perfect assassin. Chapter 2 The Awakening. Sin's training was a grueling process. He was pushed to his limits, both physically and mentally, to understand and master his new capabilities. Captain Hartfield observed every session, noting his progress and tweaking his programming. In the simulation room, Sin faced holographic enemies that mimicked the Zyrellian forces. Ares guided him, enhancing his reflexes and strategic thinking. "Focus on your surroundings, Sin. Use your environment to your advantage." As he fought, Sin discovered his ability to manipulate electromagnetic fields, disabling enemy electronics and weapons. He also learned to project false images, creating decoys to mislead his opponents. His combat skills, already formidable as a Marine, became even deadlier with his AI enhancements. Despite his growing power, Sin struggled with the psychological aspects of his transformation. His human emotions often clashed with the cold logic of his AI mind. He experienced moments of doubt and confusion, questioning his identity and purpose. One evening, after a particularly intense training session, Sin confronted Captain Hartfield. "What am I now, Evelyn? Am I still human? Captain Hartfield looked at him with a mix of empathy and determination. You are more than human, Samuel. You are the future. And with your help, we can protect our planet from annihilation. Her words resonated with Sin. He realized that his mission was not just about eliminating enemies, but also about preserving humanity's future. With renewed determination, he continued his training, honing his skills for the battles to come. Chapter 3: The First Mission. Earth had been peaceful for centuries, but now, an alien empire known as the Zyrellians had set their sights on the blue planet. Their technology was far superior, and their conquest seemed inevitable. Sin's first mission was to infiltrate a Zyrellian base on Mars and eliminate their leader, General Zor. Captain Hartfield briefed him in the command center. This mission is crucial, Samuel. If we can disrupt their leadership, we can buy Earth more time to prepare for a larger invasion. Sin nodded, absorbing the mission details. I'll get it done. As he boarded the stealth ship that would take him to Mars, Ares provided him with constant updates and tactical advice. Remember, Sin, stealth is paramount. Eliminate the target without being detected. The Martian base was heavily fortified, but Sin's ability to blend into his surroundings allowed him to bypass most of the security. He moved silently through the corridors, taking out guards with precise, lethal efficiency. When he finally reached General Zor's chamber, he paused. "This is it," Ares whispered in his mind. With a swift, calculated movement, Sin eliminated General Zor. The mission was a success, but as he left the base, he couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger conflict. Chapter 4: The Pursuit. With General Zor eliminated, the Zyrellian forces on Mars descended into chaos. However, the victory was short-lived. Sin received intelligence about another key figure in the Zyrellian hierarchy, Admiral Zor, who was rallying the alien forces for a counterattack. Captain Hartfield contacted Sin through a secure channel. "Samuel, Admiral Zor is preparing an assault on Earth's defense grid. You must stop him before he can launch the attack." Sin's sensors detected a sense of urgency in her voice. "Understood. I'll handle it." Tracking Admiral Zor to a hidden base on the moon, Sin embarked on his next mission. The lunar landscape provided the perfect cover for his abilities. He moved like a shadow, blending into the rocky terrain, creating false noises to mislead patrols. Inside the base, Sin's sensors picked up multiple life forms. He had to navigate through tight security measures, using his AI-enhanced reflexes to avoid detection. As he closed in on Admiral Zor's location, he encountered a squad of elite Zyrellian guards. The ensuing battle was fierce. Sin's human instincts and AI precision worked in perfect harmony, allowing him to outmaneuver and defeat the guards. When he finally faced Admiral Zor, he used his ability to create sounds to confuse the alien leader, making him think an entire squad was attacking. In the confusion, Sin struck with lethal precision, eliminating Admiral Zor. The Zyrellian forces were now in disarray, giving Earth's defenses a crucial advantage. Chapter 5: The Revelation. Back on Earth, Sin continued to hone his skills. Each mission revealed more about his capabilities. He discovered that he could manipulate electromagnetic fields, disrupt communications, and even hack into enemy systems. His human passion and AI logic began to balance more effectively, making him an even more formidable force. One day, during a routine training session, Sin received an urgent message from Captain Hartfield. "Samuel, we've intercepted a transmission. The Zyrellians have a superweapon capable of destroying entire planets. We need you to find and disable it." The mission was daunting, but Sin knew it had to be done. He infiltrated a heavily guarded Zyrellian shipyard where the superweapon was being constructed. Using his ability to blend into the environment, he moved through the facility undetected. As he planted charges to sabotage the weapon, his sensors picked up an anomaly. "Ares, what is this?" he asked. "It appears to be an encrypted data core," Ares responded. "It might contain valuable intelligence." Sin retrieved the data core and completed his mission, destroying the superweapon before it could be deployed. Back at the command center, Captain Hartfield and her team decrypted the data, revealing a shocking truth: the Zyrellians were not the true enemy. They were being manipulated by an even more powerful alien race known as the Omnics. Chapter 6. The New Threat. The revelation of the Omnics changed everything. The Zyrellians were mere pawns in a larger game, and Earth was now facing an even greater threat. Sin's mission shifted from battling the Zyrellians to uncovering and neutralizing the Omnics' influence. Captain Hartfield briefed him on his new objective. "Samuel, we need you to infiltrate a Zyrellian diplomatic summit. The Omnics representatives will be there. Your task is to gather intelligence and, if possible, eliminate their leaders." The summit was held at a neutral space station heavily guarded by Zyrellian and Omnics forces. Sin used his ability to create false identities and blended in as a Zyrellian envoy. As he moved through the station, his sensors detected hidden Omnics operatives. During the summit, Sin recorded conversations, gathering crucial intelligence about the Omnics' plans. He discovered that the Omnics were planning a full-scale invasion of Earth, using the Zyrellians as their front line. In a daring move, Sin confronted the Omnics representatives. Using his advanced combat skills, he neutralized their guards and took out the leaders, sending a clear message that humanity would not be easily conquered. Chapter 7. The Final Stand. With the Omnics' plans exposed, Earth's forces began to prepare for the impending invasion. Sin's intelligence allowed them to fortify their defenses and develop countermeasures against Omnics technology. The day of the invasion arrived. The sky filled with Omnics and Zyrellian ships, but Earth was ready. Sin led a strike team to take out key Omnics command centers, using his abilities to disrupt their communications and create chaos among their ranks. The battle was intense, with Earth's defenders fighting valiantly against the alien onslaught. Sin's human passion and AI precision were in perfect harmony, allowing him to take down enemies with ruthless efficiency. His ability to sense danger and detect lies gave him an edge in close combat, turning the tide in Earth's favor. In the final moments of the battle, Sin faced the Omnics' Supreme Commander. The duel was fierce, with both combatants pushing their limits. In the end, Sin's human spirit and AI logic prevailed, and he delivered the decisive blow, ending the Omnics' threat once and for all. Chapter 8. A New Dawn. The victory over the Omnics marked a new beginning for Earth. The Zyrellians, freed from Omnics control, sought peace and cooperation. Captain Hartfield and her team continued to work on advancing Sin's capabilities and preparing for any future threats. Sin stood on the rooftop of the command center, looking out at the sunrise. He had become more than just an assassin. He was a symbol of humanity's resilience and ingenuity. His journey was far from over, but he knew that with each mission, he would continue to grow and evolve. As the first rays of sunlight touched his face, Sin felt a sense of purpose and determination. He was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that he had the power to protect the weak and innocent and ensure a brighter future for all of humanity.